Hi folks, my name is Shlomo Eitan. Lesson number 1, Hebrew for All. A system that's going to give everyone who wants to learn how to read, write, and speak Hebrew all of the skills that he or she needs in order to be able to do it. So we're going to get started right off the bat. I'm opening up right now what I call the granddaddy of all Hebrew verbs. This is the verb shomer, and I'm making a presumption, and the presumption is that you folks know how to read the block letters of Hebrew, and that also you understand how to write script letters. It's absolutely a necessity that you be able to write script letters. No one writes other than a scribe the block letters that we see on the screen. Only the script letters. So these are block letters, and I'm starting by putting in the vowels or the dotting system to help us be able to pronounce these words correctly. So that would be shomer. This would be shomeret, 3 dots. The third is shomrim. And the fourth is shomrot. And what we're looking at in this very first lesson is what I call the granddaddy of all Hebrew verbs. This is the most significant verb for me to convey to people. You have to try and follow the pattern of this verb. What am I talking about? I'm going to read from right to left across the page. Once again, presuming that you read block letters, and that you're going to be able to read script letters as well. I'm going to write right under the first of the 4 words over here, shomer. That's the script. And I can put in the vowels if I like. If it helps me to read it correctly or it helps you, I recommend that you do that. Shomer. And then the next form, shomeret. Write it in script letters. You can do the same. So we have 2 words up here right now. Shomer, shomeret. The third is shomrim. And the fourth is shomrot. Now, what are you looking at? Well, like it says at the top of the page, you're looking at the 4 forms of the present tense. Unlike English, where we can say, I read, you read, he reads, she reads, I read, they read. In Hebrew, we have 4 forms: the masculine singular, the feminine singular, the masculine and plural, and the feminine plural. And every single present tense in the Hebrew language has 4 forms. One for one man, another for one woman, another for a group of men, or even, as unreasonable as it may sound to you, 1,000 women and one man in the crowd. We're going to use the masculine plural form, and then feminine plural exclusively for women. So those 4 forms follow a very distinct pattern. You see this in number 1 of the page, shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. And I put in the vowels because I believe that it's helpful for people to use and learn the vowels as if they were a crutch. I have no problem with that. I think build yourself, use these vowels, as it were, even as a crutch, as a mechanism to help you to learn the pattern more effectively. And then, as soon as you feel comfortable with it, leave them behind. I say to my students in live classes, if I can pick any form on the page that's in block letters and point at it, and you can read it perfectly, then you don't need to put in the vowels. But if you need the personal help to be able to read effectively, go ahead and put them in. So one more time, the 4 forms: right to left across the page are shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. And look how I raised my hand to make a place in space, as it were, as I'm starting to become familiar and memorize this verb. And I suggest that you at home do the exact same thing. Take your right hand, put it up, and start and say it along with me, or pause this film and practice it on your own. Shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. And you can close your eyes if you want. Shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. And do it again until it starts to sound like this is a pattern and I understand it. Shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. If we go to number 2, we're to follow this pattern perfectly. And we follow it by writing down so, ger. And I'm putting the vowels because if that helps me, then that's what I do. And the second one is so, geret. The third is sog, rim. And the fourth is sog, rod. And I left out the vowels. Okay, I can read it correctly. Soger, sogeret, sogrim, sogrot. Exact same pattern as I had on the granddaddy. None of the letters change positions. I go from the masculine singular to the feminine singular to the masculine plural to the feminine plural. And this whole sheet, up and down, would be the exact same thing. The same exact pattern, up and down the sheet. Just to give you a glimpse at what the sheet looks like, P0.1. Same thing, up and down, the same exact pattern, right? Those are the 12 different words on this sheet. Shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot, soger, sogeret, sogrim, sogrot. And what I want to do is just add one more element before we complete this class. Taking a different color, I want to point out that in this particular verb, shomer, the 3 root letters are the shin, the mem, and the resh. Notice again, the shin, the mem, and the resh. And notice again, the shin, the mem, and the resh. And again, shin, mem, resh. What makes this pattern, one of the factors that makes this pattern the granddaddy of all Hebrew verbs, and my methodology of teaching, is the fact that the 3 root letters are maintained in every single form. So a little bit, we sometimes use this symbol that mathematicians use. We make a square root sound, it's not original to me. Many Hebrew teachers use this, and we stick underneath it the 3 root letters shin, mem, resh, to indicate that that's the root of the verb that we're using in this most perfect of all patterns on P0.1. So what I suggest you do is practice saying this over and over again until you feel totally comfortable with it. Could you do in your sleep? If I called you up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I said, to get me off the line, you'd have to tell me the 4 forms of the present tense of the word shomer. And you'd have to be able to say shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot perfectly before I'd say, have a good night. I'll see you in the next class. This was class number 1. Work on it, get comfortable with it, and appreciate that it's a pattern. All the best. Shalom, shalom.